So today now we are going to discuss on the design of domes. So a dome is a thin shell which is being generated by revolving a regular curve about an axis. That is, if you are revolving a particular curve about, and if this is an axis, if you are revolving a curve about this axis, whatever you are getting, we will call it as a dome. So basically domes are of two types. First one is spherical and second one is conical. So out of these two, usually we will use spherical domes. This is the most commonly used dome. So a spherical dome is obtained by revolving a circular arc about the particular axis. Say for example, if you treat our globe, this is a spherical dome. This is an example for a spherical dome. And for conical domes are obtained by revolving rectangular right triangles about this axis. So example, we can consider an inverted ice cream cone ice cream. So, and out of this, usually we will use spherical, and in spherical itself we will have two categories. One is hemispherical dome and second one is non-hemispherical dome. So conical domes usually look like this: an inverted ice cream cone ice cream cone. And hemispherical dome, say for example, if you consider this as a sphere, and if we cut it through the center of the sphere, say if this is the diameter, and if so, this will be radius will be d by 2, and this will also be radius, and this is called as the rise of this dome. Rise or height, we will call rise or height. And if this distance is also r, that is, if this distance and this distance are same. So I'll draw it again. So if this is the center of the sphere, and if, say, let me call it as O, so if this distance and this is the height, this distance and this distance is same, then we will call this particular dome as a hemispherical dome. And next one is, we'll have non-hemispherical domes. So non-hemispherical domes is, say for example, we are considering only any portion above the hemisphere. If you are considering any portion above the hemisphere of the dome, say if you are considering only this portion, so if you are considering only that shaded portion, we will call such domes as non-hemispherical dome. So if this is the center of this sphere, and if this is the radius, and this is also the radius, and this distance is also radius, so this dimension, that is, let me take this dimension, this is the span of the dome, and this is the rise or height of the dome. So here we can say that this distance, that is from let me call this as some point C. So from C to this end of this, if span, I will represent it as L. This distance will be L by 2, and this distance will be L by 2, and this distance, let me call it as H. So in this case, you can see that this L by 2 and H will be different. It will not be the same. In such cases, we will call this as non-hemispherical domes. So this non-hemispherical